All right, let's talk about something that is driving so many of us crazy. You're earning what feels like a really solid income, but you're still feeling completely broke. How is that possible? Well, we're going to find out. You earn $80,000 a year, but you feel broke? Does that sound about right? You see that number on the offer letter and think, yes, I finally made it. But then you look at your bank account at the end of the month, and it's telling a completely different and, let's be honest, pretty stressful story. Okay, first things first, let me be super clear about this. You are not crazy, and you're not bad with money. What you're feeling is real. It's a measurable thing that is happening to a whole lot of people right now. To really get what's going on here, you have to think of it like a mystery. We're hunting for a thief, an invisible one, that is quietly stealing more than $2,000 from you every single month. So to see this thief in action, we've got to follow the money. And to do that, we're going to look at a real-world example. Let's meet Sarah. Okay, so here's Sarah's deal. She's 28 years old, lives in a big city, Chicago, and she's landed a great job, pulling in a gross salary of $82,000 a year. I mean, on paper, she's absolutely crushing it. But here's where things start to change. After all the taxes and deductions get yanked out of her paycheck, what actually hits her bank account, her take-home pay, is closer to $5,200 a month. And that's our starting number. Now watch how fast this money just evaporates. Rent in a city like Chicago, that's $1,900 right off the top. A car payment plus insurance, another $550. Student loans, gone, $400. Groceries, utilities, the basics, $700. And poof, before she's even had a chance to think about going out with friends, almost all her money is spoken for. You see that tiny little sliver left? That's what she manages to save, just $200. And this right here, this is the emotional punch. She says it herself. My friends are all on vacation. I just feel trapped. And that's it, isn't it? That feeling of running as fast as you can on a treadmill but getting absolutely nowhere. So where did all that potential go? It wasn't just one thing. It was basically a coordinated attack by 3 hidden thieves that are just feasting on middle-class incomes. All right, it's time to unmask these guys. Let's break down exactly what or who they are, piece by painful piece. Okay, culprit number 1, the big one, taxes. For someone like Sarah, you've got federal, state, and FICA taxes all teaming up to take almost a third of her income. And it's sneaky because it's not a flat rate. As you earn more and jump into higher tax brackets, every extra dollar you make gets taxed even more heavily. So that raise you fought for? Yeah, a huge chunk of it never even sees the inside of your wallet. All right, culprit number 2 is a lot sneakier. It's inflation. A 5% inflation rate might not sound like a lot, but what it means is that every single dollar you have is worth less than it was last year. Think about it. That $100 trip to the grocery store last year now costs you $105 for the exact same stuff. Your rent creeps up, gas prices go up, but your salary, it's struggling to keep pace. It's like getting a silent pay cut year after year. And then there's culprit number 3. This is the one we have the hardest time spotting because, well, we're the ones doing it. It's called lifestyle creep. You know what I'm talking about. The slightly nicer apartment, that daily coffee that somehow went from $3 to $6, the extra streaming service, or $3. They're all these little upgrades that we feel like we've earned, right? But they add up, in this case, to $800 a month. That's money that could have been building your future, just gone. So you might be thinking, okay, $2,000 a month is bad, but I can manage. And this is where the story goes from bad to truly terrifying. Let's look at what happens when this compounds over time. The math here it's just brutal. That $2,000 a month that's disappearing, that's $24,000 a year. Let that sink in. And over just 5 short years, that's $120,000 vanished. And here's the thing. That isn't just a number on a screen. That's a down payment on a house. That's a college fund. That is your financial freedom just gone before you even had a real shot at it. So, if the math is so simple, why do we keep falling into this trap? Well, the answer isn't in our bank statements. It's in our heads. Our brains are literally wired in a way that makes us super vulnerable to this stuff. There's this concept in psychology called the hedonic treadmill, and it's pretty simple, really. You get a raise, and for a little while, you feel on top of the world. But then, really quickly, that new income just becomes your new normal. Your baseline resets. So you start buying that fancier coffee, you add that extra subscription, and before you know it, you're not any happier. You just have more expensive habits. And it's not just what's going on in our own heads. We are getting hit from all sides by external pressures, right? You're scrolling through social media, you see your friends on some amazing vacation, and you feel that little sting. You get those credit card offers in the mail promising amazing rewards, and you get this FOMO, this fear of missing out. The world is basically screaming at us that a higher salary should mean a higher lifestyle. And that is a really tough message to ignore. Okay, so understanding the trap is a huge first step. But it's not enough. So how do you actually get off this treadmill? How do you escape? Well, the good news is the plan is actually surprisingly simple. It really just boils down to one single rule. Here it is. This is the fix. Live on 80% of your take-home pay. And I want to stress that. Your take-home pay, the money that actually hits your bank account. That other 20%, just pretend it doesn't exist. It's not yours. It belongs to future you. So where do you even begin? Step 1, track everything. For just a couple of weeks, write down every dollar you spend. The point here isn't to feel guilty. It's just to get the data, to find where that lifestyle creep is hiding. Step 2, and this is maybe the most important, automate it. Set up an automatic transfer for that 20% to move to a savings or investment account the second you get paid. That way, you pay future you first before you even have a chance to miss the money. And lastly, you have to set your own goals. Stop thinking, my friend got a new car, so I need one. Instead, think, I want to have 10 grand in my emergency fund in the next year and a half. When the goal is yours and it's specific, it's so much more powerful than just trying to keep up with someone else. Look, this isn't just about budgeting. It's about taking back control of your future. So if earning 80K still hurts, do me a favor and hit that like button. In the comments, tell me one lifestyle creep expense you're going to try and cut. And make sure you subscribe because we've got a lot more financial truths coming your way.